Hi everyone, have you ever wondered why your doctor asks you to avoid certain foods when you're on a prescription medication like Lisinopril? You're not alone. Many people don't realize that the food we eat can significantly affect the absorption, metabolism, and efficacy of certain drugs. Our last video was on 6 things to avoid if you're taking Lisinopril, and we had many comments and questions about the subject. But today, we'll be delving into the food-drug interference of Lisinopril, a common medication used to treat high blood pressure and heart failure. We'll explore 7 common foods that can slow down the absorption of Lisinopril in the body, potentially affecting its efficacy. Even though Lisinopril, like other medications, has side effects, not everybody experiences these side effects, and it's widely prescribed for the treatment of hypertension and other conditions. Thus, awareness of these common foods when taking Lisinopril is critical. Failure to manage your dietary choices while on Lisinopril could lead to reduced effectiveness of the medication, potentially worsening your condition. This video is for educational purposes only, so speak to your doctor if you have any medical concerns. So now, let's get started with number 1, bananas and potassium-rich foods. Bananas, avocados, and sweet potatoes are potassium-rich foods that benefit heart health and overall well-being. However, striking the right balance with these foods becomes critical for individuals on Lisinopril. Lisinopril, by its mechanism of action, can increase potassium levels in the blood. Adding a high potassium intake to the diet could lead to hyperkalemia, a condition characterized by excessively high potassium levels in the blood. Hyperkalemia can have severe cardiac implications, including arrhythmias or heart palpitations, and in extreme cases, it can be life-threatening. Understanding this delicate balance does not mean eliminating potassium-rich foods from your diet. Potassium is vital in muscle function, nerve transmission, and fluid balance. Instead, it emphasizes the importance of moderation and informed dietary choices. It is advisable to keep track of potassium intake, especially from concentrated sources like supplements or salt substitutes that contain potassium chloride. Dialogue with your pharmacist can offer insights into managing dietary potassium while on Lisinopril therapy. They may suggest routine blood tests to monitor potassium levels, ensuring they remain within a safe range. Adjustments to the diet based on individual health status and medication regimen can be made under professional guidance. Number 2, dairy products. Dairy products, while essential to a balanced diet and offering significant amounts of calcium and protein, present a challenge for those on Lisinopril therapy. The calcium found in milk, cheese, yogurt, and other dairy products has the potential to impact the absorption process of Lisinopril, potentially diminishing its efficacy in managing blood pressure and heart failure. This interaction is pivotal for patients relying on this medication to maintain optimal health outcomes. The mechanism behind this interaction involves calcium's ability to bind with certain medications, thereby reducing their absorption in the digestive system. This can lead to less of the medication entering the bloodstream and reaching its target sites, which might necessitate adjustments in the treatment plan to ensure the intended therapeutic effects are achieved. To navigate this dietary consideration, consider timing their intake of dairy products to avoid proximity to when they take their Lisinopril dose. A practical approach could involve waiting several hours after medication administration before consuming dairy products, allowing the body ample time to absorb Lisinopril without interference. 3. Leafy greens. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and collard greens pack a nutritional punch, offering an abundance of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. They are renowned for their health benefits, including heart health promotion. However, for those taking Lisinopril, the consumption of these vegetables warrants attention. The critical concern lies not with their nutrient density, but their vitamin K content. Vitamin K plays a pivotal role in blood clotting and can impact the effectiveness of certain medications, including Lisinopril, designed to manage blood pressure and heart failure. Individuals on Lisinopril need to maintain a balanced intake of leafy greens. While these vegetables do not need to be excluded from the diet, Their consumption should be consistent to avoid fluctuations in vitamin K levels, which could influence the medication's absorption and overall efficacy. Variability in the intake of vitamin K-rich foods could lead to inconsistent medication responses, thereby complicating managing the conditions for which lisinopril is prescribed. It was navigating the inclusion of leafy greens in a diet while on lisinopril doesn't have to be restrictive. It requires a conscious effort to ensure a steady consumption pattern. This steady approach allows for the enjoyment of the health benefits associated with leafy greens while safeguarding the effectiveness of lisinopril therapy. Number 4. High sodium foods. Navigating a low sodium diet is imperative for individuals taking lisinopril, a medication essential in the management of hypertension. The reason behind this is relatively straightforward. Consuming foods high in sodium can directly undermine the blood pressure lowering effects of lisinopril. The body's response to excess sodium intake is to retain water, which increases the volume of blood flowing through the veins and arteries. This added volume exerts more pressure on the blood vessel walls, potentially elevating blood pressure levels and rendering lisinopril less effective. Understanding this dynamic highlights the importance of dietary choices in the efficacy of hypertension management. Foods notorious for their high sodium content, including many processed and fast food options, should be consumed cautiously. These foods often contain hidden sodium, making it easy to exceed the recommended daily intake unknowingly. Opting for fresh, whole foods and using herbs and spices for flavor instead of salt can significantly reduce sodium consumption. Number 5. Grapefruit juice. Grapefruit juice has long been identified as a substance that can complicate the efficacy of various medications, and lisinopril is no exception. The interaction between grapefruit juice and lisinopril is exciting because it directly impacts the medication's absorption process. Consuming grapefruit juice can modify the digestive system enzymes responsible for the breakdown and absorption of lisinopril. This alteration can increase or decrease the concentration of lisinopril in the bloodstream, thereby affecting its intended blood pressure lowering effect. The specific compounds in grapefruit juice that cause these interactions are called furanocoumarins. These compounds inhibit the activity of cytochrome P453A4 CYP3A4 enzymes, which play a critical role in drug metabolism. When these enzymes' activity is reduced, lisinopril absorption can be significantly slowed down, leading to lower than expected levels of the medication in the bloodstream. Understanding this interaction is crucial for people who rely on lisinopril to manage hypertension or heart failure. While grapefruit juice is a healthy beverage rich in vitamin C, and other nutrients, its potential to interfere with lisinopril absorption necessitates caution. You do not necessarily need to eliminate grapefruit or juice from their diet entirely. Still, they should be aware of the timing of consumption relative to when they take their medication. Number 6. High fiber foods. High fiber foods are a cornerstone of a healthy diet, offering numerous benefits such as improving digestion and aiding in weight management. However, for individuals taking lisinopril, it's essential to be aware of the timing when consuming these fiber-rich foods. The nature of dietary fibers, particularly from sources like whole grains, legumes, fruits, and vegetables, is such that they can slow the progression of medications through the digestive system. This delayed process can impact the absorption rate of lisinopril, potentially altering its intended effects on the body. The mechanism behind this interaction lies in how fibers bind with or encapsulate medications, extending the time they take to be absorbed into the bloodstream. While this doesn't mean you have to eliminate high fiber foods from your diet, understanding how to balance the timing can make a significant difference. Ideally, spacing out the intake of lisinopril and high fiber meals by a couple of hours can help mitigate any negative impact on medication absorption. This ensures that the body can utilize the full therapeutic potential of lisinopril without interfering with dietary fibers. Lastly, chocolate. For those on lisinopril, the allure of chocolate might come with unintended consequences due to its caffeine and theobromine content. These stimulants, prevalent in both milk and dark varieties, have the potential to modulate cardiovascular dynamics, subtly influencing both blood pressure and heart rhythm. While the occasional indulgence in chocolate may seem harmless, its cumulative effect, when consumed regularly, can hinder the blood pressure lowering goals set forth by lisinopril treatment. This is not to say that chocolate must be entirely off limits, but rather, those taking lisinopril should exercise discretion in their consumption. Opting for chocolates with a higher cocoa and lower caffeine content, such as dark chocolates, might mitigate some of these effects. Additionally, monitoring the amount and frequency of chocolate intake can prevent any negative impact on the medication's ability to manage cardiovascular health effectively. Engaging with a healthcare provider about your diet, including chocolate consumption, can yield personalized advice to align with your health management plan. In conclusion, the relationship between mealtimes and the absorption of lisinopril is critical for those taking this medication. While the specifics can vary by individual, some general guidelines can help ensure that lisinopril is absorbed efficiently, thus maintaining its effectiveness in managing blood pressure. Typically, lisinopril can be taken with or without food. However, consistency in the timing relative to meals can enhance its absorption and therapeutic effects. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell icon so you never miss a video. We wish you all the best for your health and well-being.